I don't spill too much, so don't get too excited.
How about we start with an easy one? How's your fall camp been?
How's my fall camp been? It's been pretty good. Coming from a redshirt season, now finding my role within the system and really just my development and working on myself and just how the season's gonna go. Whenever my numbers get called, I'm gonna just rise to the occasion. But right now, I'm working on special teams. Might be starting on kickoff, but everything is going fine.
How much does the game slow down for you then in this last?
I feel like it slowed down for us a lot as a whole team, just because it's our second year within the system. Our first year, everything was even. We didn't even put on all the plays, all the formations, all the packages. It was really just trying to get us started and get us going. So now with this season right now, the little tricks they know people can do. They're just seeing a whole bunch of stuff. Mullen know what he's doing.
Is the vibe kind of starting to change now as the week gets toward the end and Miami's right in you guys' sights?
The vibe doesn't never change. Every day we're really going with the same mindsets to get better. But now, that transition into game week, obviously, because the game is about to start, that's what's changing. Game preparation, going into the plays and the personnels and that. But pretty much every day we just work on just execution pretty much every day.
What about like intensity? I mean, you guys got to be pretty pumped up. You're playing in 8 days or whatever, right?
Oh, every day we pumped up. But it's one day at a time, though, honestly, especially with the goal. When you have a long-term goal, you don't look too much ahead. You try to work day by day. So, yeah, we pumped up for Miami, but we can't get too pumped. That's not like the only game we got and whatnot. So.
Mullen talked about the differences between the first scrimmage and the second scrimmage this last Sunday. Was there anything he said in between there, any message he gave, like, hey guys, this is what we got to work on, this is what we need to focus on?
Just emphasize on good football, textbook football, throwing all the other stuff away, like all the distractions and whatnot, just really worrying about your alignment assignment and doing what you need to do.
Like outside distractions?
Inside, outside, whatever your mind needs to, not need to be wondering on. Just when you're in the swamp, especially when you're playing in the swamp, you need to be on point playing in the swamp. You don't get that chance a lot.
Do you feel like the offense took a huge step between the first scrimmage and the second scrimmage?
Yeah, I could say that. I think it's a team. The team took a big step, really. Not just the offense. The team took a big step.
So Florida's making a big commitment to facilities these days. How important is that in the decisions for kids when they are looking at schools? Or is it more the coaches, the program, tradition, academics? Where's facilities?
I think it depends. It really depends. Every human is different. So one human might like, the facilities. One person might like the tradition, and then one person might like the coach, and one person might just like the state of Florida. So everybody's different. But it helps to have a nice facility. It helps to have a good coach. It helps to have all those things. But it really ultimately comes down to the person.
That's a good answer.
For me, no. My story on me getting here. I wanted to play underneath Urban Meyer, so when I wanted to commit to Ohio State. Long story, blah blah blah. But then I had the chance, to commit here, and Coach Mack and I know Urban Meyer came here and he actually helped the tradition here. So I said, and I don't mind playing for the school too, because I know that wherever Coach Urban Meyer has been before, he's he has a good tradition and everything. And I know Coach Dan Mullen was underneath Urban Meyer, so I know Dan Mullen's mind is right and he knows what he's got to do. So I was like, yeah, definitely know my play for Coach Mullen.
You must have been pretty happy to see Mullen was hired then.
Real happy. I was real happy. I was like, oh yeah, I know what he's going to do.
Just around Emory Jones, is there the best example you could point to as his growth from last season to this season?
His growth. I think his growth is his approach every day. And understanding from last year that he, as all freshmen come in with the mindset we think we're going to play. Now every day he's just focused on practice and that practice that day and being the best him. And and once you start looking at it like that, then coaches want to start looking at you different because they know that you're approaching it different.
Coach Knox is not the quietest coach on the practice field. How much have you learned from him and how he handles his coaching style?
Man, it's really honestly more off the field stuff that I've learned, just as a man. Like, he teach me how to, man up, really, no excuses, really just being like a man. You messed up, own up to what you did, whatever the case may be. He's going to be in your ear. He's going to tell you, but in the long term, it's going to benefit.
I remember your first time going through practices, he was really in your ear a lot. I think I heard your name called out constantly. That changed this year. How of a relief is that you've slowly earned his trust like that?
We're still learning on it, but every great player wants a great coach. So, a hard coach. So I want Coach Knox to keep being hard on me because I want to be a great player. So, if he keeps yelling at me, I'm going to keep saying, yes, sir, got to be coachable. So, but But it does feel good though, you know. It was new to me. I was like, man, this guy don't stop yelling. But now he's talking with a purpose though.
Where'd you visit?
Me,
What other schools?
visited a lot of schools. My top options were really just Ohio State, Florida. And I mean, last second when Coach Mack, like, you know, with the situation Coach Mack, I was looking at like Penn State and then like Michigan State, but it was literally just Ohio State and Florida.
So back to the facilities thing. Do you think how much do you think that goes into? Maybe it didn't go into your decision, but a lot of guys. Do you hear them talk about that?
You must like construction or something.
No, I'm been assigned a story about facilities.
Okay.
So if you can help me out.
Yeah,
How much do you think guys talk about?
Me, I could say the best facility that I've probably seen in my recruiting visit was probably like Penn State with the locker rooms and how it was all like just, I think it was real nice, you know, but I didn't even feed into that much. I just thought, nice, like it really looked nice, you know, when I was there I felt comfortable and whatnot, but facilities, it doesn't, you know, I said again, it depends on who you are, and especially that class of recruiting. So if you're recruiting for the next class, depending on who's that leader in that class or who's it surrounded by, you get the vibe. Like some people, I like the facility, and then all the guys get together and they start talking about the facility. But if you get guys that are like, yo, I want to ball here and I want to make an impact here, and that's the recruiting class you want to get, I'd rather have a recruiting class where guys don't care about the facility and they go in there knowing what they want to do.
Nice.
Couple more. You were a pretty big recruit, pretty solid recruit. But now it's been a couple of years here, and it's a pretty deep room. What's that like for you?
Just patience, you know. Your value doesn't decrease anything. You gotta look at yourself and know your value every day, you know, and pretty much just by being patient. Got Michael Piron. You're talking about Michael Piron, he's a senior. This is his first year starting. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure when he gets this ball this season, he's gonna do his thing, and he done waited to start. You know what I'm saying? So he's been behind Jordan. You got Malik Davis, Damian Pierce. You know, I'm with nice running backs too, great running back. It's about just knowing your value, knowing your race, pretty much.
So Dan Mullen was talking to us the other day. He wants guys. He'd much rather have a guy playing like 30 or 40 snaps than 60, 70, 80 snaps. When you were in high school, you're touching the ball all the time. What kind of like sacrifice does it take to kind of switch that mindset? And what does it come down to the coach really selling that to players, or you guys selling to each other? How's that work? You're following what I'm asking.
Yeah, you gotta understand the scheme the coach wants to run. He doesn't want players in there the whole game. He wants people that are fresh. He wants people that understands what they're doing so they can execute. And at that pace right there, that's how you win a national championship. Like, you got 10 guys that all know what they're doing, that you can sub in and out, that every play is going to give 110%. Not saying that the one guy can't, but to have depth at a position and you could sub in guys and they all have different value, that right there is key.
Yeah, but is it hard to buy in on that? I mean, especially if you're a star guy and it's like, man, I'm only on the field 40 plays and that's 75.
Yeah, it's hard, but, you know, I was at the top in high school, and now college is a new level. So now I'm back at the bottom, and anywhere you go in life and society, you gotta be able to just wait to get back to the top. So it's hard in a way because everybody wants to shine, but you gotta like be patient. So
it's all about the team, right?
Yeah, also too. So